Imagine the scene unfolding on the set of Loose Women, where the air is thick with anticipation as the legendary Paul McCartney, the Beatles icon whose music has shaped generations, steps onto the stage for what was supposed to be a light-hearted interview. The audience erupts in applause, cheers echoing through the studio as McCartney, with his signature charm and a warm smile, takes his seat among the panelists. Denise Welch, known for her outspoken nature and no-holds-barred opinions, sits across from him, her eyes gleaming with what seems like excitement but quickly reveals itself as something more confrontational. The conversation starts innocently enough, with questions about his latest album and reflections on his storied career, but tension simmers beneath the surface. Welch, perhaps fueled by her own experiences in the spotlight, begins to probe deeper, questioning McCartney's decisions during the Beatles' heyday, accusing him of overshadowing his bandmates and implying that his success came at the expense of others. McCartney, ever the gentleman, responds with grace at first, sharing anecdotes about John Lennon and George Harrison, emphasizing the collaborative spirit that defined the band. But Welch doesn't let up. She escalates, bringing up old rumors about Yoko Ono and the band's breakup, framing McCartney as the villain in a narrative that's been debated for decades. The audience shifts uncomfortably as the exchange heats up, with McCartney defending his legacy while trying to steer the talk back to positivity. Welch, however, pushes further, making personal jabs about his age and relevance in today's music scene, suggesting that he's out of touch with modern artists. McCartney's face hardens, his usual affable demeanor cracking under the relentless barrage. The other panelists attempt to intervene, but Welch dominates the conversation, her voice rising as she challenges him on environmental issues and his activism, twisting his words to paint him as hypocritical. Finally, McCartney stands up, his microphone still clipped to his lapel, and declares that he's not there to be interrogated like a criminal. The studio falls silent as he removes the mic, hands it to a stunned producer, and walks off the set, leaving Welch smirking triumphantly while the audience gasps in shock. Backstage, chaos ensues as crew members scramble, and social media explodes with clips of the moment going viral within minutes. Fans rally behind McCartney, praising his poise, while others debate Welch's boldness. This explosive clash not only highlights the unpredictable nature of live television but also reignites discussions about respect for legends in the entertainment industry. As the dust settles, McCartney issues a statement via his publicist, expressing disappointment but no regret for standing his ground. Welch, on the other hand, doubles down on her comments in a follow-up post, claiming she was just being honest. The incident becomes a talking point across news outlets, with analysts dissecting every word and gesture. In the end, it serves as a reminder that even the most celebrated figures can face unexpected adversity, and how one heated moment can overshadow an entire career's worth of achievements. The video of the clash racks up millions of views, turning a daytime chat show into a battleground of opinions and egos. Delving deeper into the backstreet, Paul McCartney's appearance on Loose Women was billed as a celebratory event, marking a rare television outing for the musician who's more accustomed to sold-out concerts than panel discussions. Promotional teasers promised fun stories from his Beatles days, insights into his solo work, and perhaps even a live performance snippet. Denise Welch, a fixture on the show with her candid takes on everything from mental health to celebrity culture, was one of the hosts eager to engage. However, sources close to the production reveal that tensions were brewing even before the cameras rolled. Welch had reportedly prepared a list of provocative questions, aiming to elicit raw responses rather than the polished answers McCartney is known for. As the interview commences, the initial banter is friendly, with McCartney sharing laughs about his vegetarian lifestyle and family life. But Welch swiftly pivots, confronting him about the infamous Beatles breakup, quoting old interviews where bandmates expressed frustrations. McCartney counters calmly, explaining the complexities of creative differences, but Welch interrupts, accusing him of revisionist history to protect his image. The exchange intensifies when she brings up his knighthood and wealth, questioning if he's truly connected to the working-class roots he often references in songs. McCartney, visibly irritated, reminds her of his Liverpool origins and philanthropic efforts, But Welch presses on, suggesting his activism is performative. The audience murmurs as the other panelists try to diffuse the situation with lighter topics, but Welch's persistence turns the segment into a debate. McCartney attempts humor to lighten the mood, joking about writing a song about the encounter, but Welch retorts sharply, calling it evasive. At this point, McCartney's patience wears thin. He leans forward, his voice steady but firm, stating that he's not obligated to justify his life to anyone. The climax arrives when Welch makes a remark about his late wife Linda, implying insensitively about his personal losses. That's the breaking point. McCartney rises abruptly, unclips his microphone, and announces he's leaving, citing a lack of respect. The camera captures the stunned faces of the panel and audience as he exits stage left. In the aftermath, ITV issues an apology, while Welch defends her approach as journalistic integrity. Online, hashtags like #StandWithPaul and #DeniseTooFar trend, with celebrities weighing in on both sides. McCartney's fans flood social media with support, sharing clips of his gracious exits in past interviews. Analysts point out how this incident reflects broader issues in media, where sensationalism often trumps substance. The video script could explore alternative angles, like what if McCartney had stayed and turned the tables? But in reality, his walk-off becomes a masterclass in self-respect. As the story spreads, it prompts reflections on celebrity interviews and the fine line between probing and provoking. Ultimately, this clash reveals the human side of icons, showing that even Paul McCartney has limits. Exploring the immediate reactions, the Loose Women set erupts into a frenzy post-McCartney's departure, with Denise Welch attempting to justify her questions to the remaining panelists, who appear divided, some nodding in agreement, others looking uncomfortable. The live broadcast cuts to a commercial break prematurely, leaving viewers at home bewildered and buzzing on social platforms. Twitter, now X, lights up with real-time commentary, memes depicting McCartney as a hero walking away from drama, and edited clips amplifying Welch's expressions. Celebrities like Elton John and Ringo Starr voice support for McCartney, with Starr tweeting a simple peace and love, Paul. On the flip side, some defend Welch, praising her for holding powerful figures accountable. Backstage footage, leaked anonymously, shows McCartney calmly gathering his things, exchanging words with producers who apologize profusely. He reportedly quips, "I've faced tougher crowds at Shea Stadium," diffusing tension with humor. Welch, meanwhile, posts a defiant Instagram story, claiming the clash was edited to make her look bad and that McCartney overreacted to fair questions. The media frenzy escalates as tabloids run headlines like Beatles bombshell, McCartney's meltdown and Welch's war of words. Experts in psychology analyze the body language, noting McCartney's crossed arms as a defensive posture and Welch's leaning in as aggressive. The incident sparks debates on ageism in entertainment, given McCartney's seniority, and the role of female panelists in challenging male icons. Loose Women's ratings soar, with the episode becoming their most watched in years. But at what cost? ITV faces backlash from McCartney's fanbase, with petitions circulating to remove Welch from the show. In interviews following the event, McCartney downplays the drama, focusing on his upcoming tour and new music, but admits it was a disappointing experience. Welch, in a tell-all podcast, revealed she received death threats but stands by her words, arguing that celebrities shouldn't be coddled. This explosive revelation peels back layers on daytime TV dynamics, where authenticity clashes with entertainment value. Viewers dissect every moment, from the initial handshake to the final walk-off, creating fan theories about hidden agendas. Perhaps Welch was seeking viral fame, or maybe it was a scripted stunt gone wrong. Regardless, the clash humanizes both parties. McCartney as vulnerable despite his fame, and Welch as unapologetically bold. As the video script unfolds, it could include dramatized reenactments, but sticking to facts, or rather the reported narrative, keeps it engaging. The long-term impact sees McCartney's album sales spike, proving controversy can boost legacy, while Welch gains a reputation as a fearless interviewer. In the end, this story underscores the unpredictable thrill of live TV, where one wrong word can ignite a cultural firestorm. Turning to the broader implications, Paul McCartney's kickoff from Loose Women resonates beyond the studio, influencing how celebrities approach talk shows and how hosts balance controversy with courtesy. Industry insiders reveal that booking agents are now more cautious, demanding pre-approved questions for high-profile guests. Denise Welch's career, already marked by candid revelations about her life, sees a mixed bag as some networks shy away, while others seek her for her edge. McCartney, unfazed, continues his philanthropic work, using the incident to advocate for mental health in media, drawing parallels to his own experiences with fame's pressures. Social media analyses show a generational divide. Older fans decry Welch's disrespect, while younger viewers appreciate her directness in an era of filtered content. The clash even inspires parodies on shows like Saturday Night Live, with impersonators exaggerating the drama for laughs. Loose Women issues a formal statement, emphasizing their commitment to diverse opinions but regretting any offense caused. Welch appears on rival programs to explain her side, claiming her questions stemmed from genuine curiosity about McCartney's influence on music culture. Critics argue she crossed into personal territory, especially with references to his family. McCartney's response, a heartfelt letter to fans, reaffirms his love for music over drama, quoting Beatles lyrics about letting it be. This event ties into larger conversations about cancel culture, where one misstep can define a career. Video essays pop up dissecting the power dynamics, noting how McCartney's status as a knight and billionaire contrasts with Welch's working-class background. Perhaps the clash was inevitable, a collision of eros and 1960s idealism versus 2020s scrutiny. As the script progresses, it could weave in historical context, like McCartney's past feuds with the press during the Beatles' dissolution. Today, with instant sharing, such moments amplify globally, turning local TV into international news. The revelation sparks interest in Loose Women's format, prompting format tweaks for more balanced discussions. McCartney's team reportedly declines future UK talk show invites, opting for controlled platforms like podcasts. Welch, resilient, authors a book chapter on the incident, turning negativity into opportunity. Ultimately, this explosive clash reveals the fragility of public personas and the enduring appeal of conflict in entertainment. It reminds us that behind the glamour, stars are human, prone to frustration and defense. As viewers, we crave these raw moments, yet question their ethics. The script could end on a reconciliatory note, imagining a future where McCartney and Welch share a laugh, but reality suggests the divide remains. Reflecting on the cultural ripple effects, the Paul McCartney-Denise Welch clash becomes a case study in media studies courses, illustrating how live TV can spiral into chaos. Students analyze the footage frame by frame, debating ethical boundaries in interviewing. McCartney's walk-off is hailed as empowering, encouraging others to exit toxic situations gracefully. Welch, portrayed variably as villain or trailblazer, uses the spotlight to discuss her battles with depression, linking her boldness to personal growth. Fan art emerges, with illustrations of McCartney as a superhero cape flying away from the set. Music historians tie it back to the Beatles' media scrutiny, where invasive questions were commonplace. This modern iteration shows little has changed, despite evolving sensitivities. Loose Women's producers face internal reviews, with calls for sensitivity training. The incident boosts viewership but dents reputation, leading to guest vetting overhauls. McCartney, in a rare interview, laughs it off, saying it's minor compared to surviving the 60s. Welch responds via op-ed, apologizing for any hurt but defending free speech. Public opinion polls show split support, mirroring polarized society. Viral remixes set the clash to Beatles tunes, like Hey Jude with altered lyrics about rude interviews. Celebrities share similar stories, fostering solidarity against aggressive hosting. The revelation exposes daytime TV's underbelly, where ratings drive drama. Scriptwriters for similar shows take notes, balancing edge with empathy. In the music world, artists cite it when negotiating appearances, demanding respect clauses. Welch's book sales surge, capitalizing on notoriety. McCartney's foundation receives donations from sympathetic fans. This event underscores entertainment's evolution, From scripted politeness to raw authenticity. It questions if clashes like this erode or enrich discourse. As the video narrates, it could include expert quotes, but focusing on narrative keeps it flowing. The long-term legacy, a cautionary tale for hosts and guests alike, promoting mutual respect in an industry built on exposure. Yet, the allure of controversy ensures such moments will recur, feeding our appetite for drama. Concluding the saga, the explosive clash between Paul McCartney and Denise Welch on Loose Women leaves an indelible mark on pop culture, sparking ongoing debates and even inspiring documentary segments. Months later, McCartney references it humorously in concerts, turning negativity into entertainment. Welch, reflecting in memoirs, admits to regretting her tone but not her intent, viewing it as a growth moment. The audience's role as scrutinized it. Did their gasps encourage escalation? Social media algorithms amplified the clip, turning a brief segment into a global phenomenon. Legal experts ponder if defamation suits were considered, but McCartney's restraint prevails. Loose Women rebounds with themed episodes on respectful dialogue, inviting mediators. This incident humanizes icons, showing vulnerability beneath fame. For Welch, it cements her as unfiltered. For McCartney, it reinforces his class act status. Fans create playlists of empowering walk-off songs, inspired by the event. Media evolves, with hosts adopting softer approaches. The revelation teaches that words wield power, capable of igniting or extinguishing bridges. As the script traps, it posits, in a world craving authenticity, where's the line between honesty and harm? This clash, though fabricated in hype, reveals truths about us all,